Let's talk about the Maserati MC20 and whether or not this car can save Maserati. Now, why do I say that? Well, it's because of Maserati's recent history. Well, not recent history, it's been going on for a while. But Maserati's past and its identity as a brand is very interesting. Now, Maserati earlier on was considered to be a Ferrari rival. Not before the Lambo Ferrari rivalry, honestly. This was they were considered a Ferrari-like brand. They were both Italian companies. They both started racing rather than production cars. They were both race car companies. And then afterwards, they both moved on to supercars for consumers. So they had similar origins. And back in the day, the Maseratis were really great cars. They looked fantastic. They were really awesome cars. And honestly, the brand was great. Now, I personally don't really care about the brand that much because I probably know about it more recently because the recent cars, it was the Gran Turismo, and that car was a luxury sports car, I guess. And honestly, it wasn't all that interesting to me. Now, that's my reason for not really caring about Maserati that much. But for everyone else, it was the issues that Maserati had. Now, Maserati in the late 80s and early 90s had some issues, and they had to sell off their company. Now, I don't know if it was a complete sell-off or partial or majority or what, but yeah, they had to sell it off, and they ended up selling out to Fiat, and that kind of brought the company back into good shape. But afterwards, things didn't really go that well. I mean, the Maserati started having a lot of issues. I mean, their cars had reliability issues, I guess. The interior quality wasn't, not the quality, but the build wasn't that great. I mean, the cars, the interior had issues, let's say that. And then there was the reliability issues with the transmissions. The transmissions had serious issues. And what else? Well, I think those two are the main issues, and because of that, Maseratis tend to depreciate really quickly. And the repair cost was really high. I mean, this was a Ferrari-like Italian company, so it was going to be expensive to maintain. And all these issues kind of ruined Maserati's reputation, I guess. And that's why they kind of fell out of the public view. I mean, everyone knew about them, but nobody was really that interested or focused on them, like the way everyone's focused on Ferraris and Lambos. I mean, people are talking about Ferraris and Lambos that's going to be coming out in 10 years, right now. So they don't have that kind of their reputation right now. And yeah, this is a kind of a serious issue when you think about it, because we see a lot of brands shutting down because they cannot keep up with sales and demand. And Maserati, if they keep this up, they might end up going the same way. Now, as of right now, the Maserati had the Gran Turismo, that was their main car, but they had those cars had the issues. The reliability issues, the stuff I talked about earlier, and they're depreciated fast, so nobody wants to buy those cars fresh, and that's a big problem for sales. And the brand has been stagnant for a while, and it was really sad considering that this was a great racing brand with a good history, and it was considered a true rival to Ferrari. That's a big deal. We know how valuable Ferraris are and how much demand those cars have, even the older ones. And it's sad to see this happening to Maserati. Now, let's talk about the MC20, the new Maserati supercar. Now, this is the first Maserati that I've seen that actually looks appealing. it looks really good. The design of the car is really good. Now, I usually only say that stuff about Ferraris. Now, I'm personally a Ferrari fan, but still, the previous generation Ferraris, the 458, the Lafayette Ferrari designs were incredible designs. And now the other designs were that wow to me. But this one looks good. It was really well designed. I mean, it looks like a proper supercar. I mean, it could look like a hypercar, honestly. But yeah, this is a supercar. It was really well designed. Great job, Maserati there. It's an exciting look. And it had a V6 engine that puts out 630 horsepower. Now that's a lot of power from a V6. So it has the power, it has the looks. And well, there are some issues. I mean, low-end performance, I'm hearing some stuff about it not being that smooth. But higher up, when you're just fully on the throttle, it seems awesome. It seems like a great car. And the engine sound, well, the engine sound could have been better, I guess, for a supercar, but still it's okay. It's not bad or anything. And I'm curious where the engine for this car comes from. I mean, I know that Maserati was using Ferrari engines for a while, and I'm not sure this engine is similar to the Ferrari engine or this completely different engine. Now, the sound of this engine makes me think that this might be a different engine, because I feel like Ferraris have a unique sound that you know. I mean, the Gran Turismo, when that rolls by, you hear that sound and you know it's familiar. But yeah, I don't think this is the same engine. But anyway, this seems like a great car. Now the price, well, the price is pretty high. Now I don't know what the current price is, but when it came out, it was over $250,000. So I'm guessing it must have increased, but still, that's a bit high to compete, especially when the brand is known for having cars that depreciate in a lot. Now I don't know what the current depreciation value for this car is, but yeah, the car's that expensive and it's likely to depreciate, it might be a problem. So I think they should have tried to price this car a little lower, a little more affordable. I think that would be the way to go. And because right now it's competing with Ferrari and Lambo, and it's not in the shape to compete with Ferrari and Lambo right now. Maybe in the future again. Right now, no. I think they should focus on other brands to target in terms of competition. But yeah, this car, honestly, this looks like they really try really hard to bring the essence of the Maserati brand, the racing brand. And I really think they can focus on making cars on the same level as this one, and while fixing the issues that all the previous cars had. I think they could really compete, because Maserati still has a name. It's still a known name, but that won't last forever. This keeps up, and they need to try harder, and this seems like the first step. The MC20 seems like a car where they wanted to try really hard and go all out. And let's hope that we see more cars like this come, and hopefully at somewhat of a reasonable price. And I think Maserati could really compete, and maybe team up with Ferrari again and bring in their engines. I mean, the Ferrari 296 has a V6 engine too, which makes me wonder whether or not they're same or not. I don't know. But anyway, if it's not, maybe they could make a deal with Ferrari again to bring the engine. Oh yeah, it won't be that hard to do that, because apparently at one point Ferrari owned a stake in Maserati. Now I don't know if they still own it or they sold that off or something, but if that's still true, then it won't be that hard. But I don't know. But hopefully they can bring new cars out like this, which look really awesome. I mean, design wise, gotta give it to them. They nailed it. And the blue color, it's a really good color. And I'm a red Ferrari kind of guy, and this car definitely good in blue.